Well,
Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Before we get into today's toy review, last week, I think it was around Friday, Han Solo 229 asked me a question, why do I collect? And to me was a very interesting question, and I have a pretty good story for that actually. But also what happened then, I think it was Sunday, Victoria from Victoria's Cantina, she's got a YouTube channel, podcast and stuff. She had messaged me on Twitter, kind of the very same thing. She was going to be doing a podcast on why people collect. It's going to be, multi-part series. So I'm always happy to share a story and talk about, my collection, why I collect, things like that. And also what I didn't want to happen was, now that I was going to be on that podcast, I didn't want my video going up and, kind of detracting from what she was trying to do. So this is a long way to say that I'm on a podcast and talking about why I collect toys. And I'd love for you to just head to her channel to give that a listen, or watch. You can watch on YouTube. You can listen on the Apple iTunes podcast. For the podcasting, it's called Cantina Chatter. It's Victoria's Cantina. You can take a listen to it there. She's doing a 2-part series, and on the first one, I'm in it, along with, forgive me if I'm wrong, Jurassic Park Collectibles, and then Jedi Temple Archives is on there, and I'm not certain who she's doing for her second one. But she's also got the video portion of that up on her YouTube channel, Victoria's Cantina. I'll put a link for that one down below. Definitely give it a watch. It's fun to hear everyone talk about why they collect. So, and for you, if you want to leave a comment below why you collect as well, I'd definitely love to read that. And with that said, on to today's review, where we're going to take a look at General Princess Leia from The Last Jedi, 3 3/4 inch version. So let's head to that table and check this one out. And looking first at the figure on the card, you do have a decent image of Leia on the right side. I don't know, that the jaw area or something really seems a little overly photoshopped. But anyways, aside from that, nice image. And of course, you do see the figure in the blister with the included blaster. And on the back side of the card, everything you'd expect. You got the big advertisement for the Force Link band with the little kid hand holding the figure in place. And then the advertisement for the Force Link starter set, including Kylo Ren. And looking at the figure out of the packaging, it's a pretty cool looking figure. I really like the look of it overall. Going in for that head sculpt, I think definitely a very good resemblance to Carrie Fisher here. The hair sculpting is looking pretty good as well. I do wish that painting on the back of her hair kind of extended down a little more. You see that flesh tone back there. Your results may vary based on your figure. It's probably just a little factory error. Otherwise, painting of the face is looking good. The eyes look nice, the eyebrows. Her lips are painted in nicely. Even her earrings are painted in there. Unfortunately, the neck area does not match the face at all. It's much more paler in there, so I do wish that neck area was a little bit darker. As for the arm and waist area, things are looking really great through here. First off, on this whole overcoat thing, I love the look of it. It's a very, very soft plastic. I do like the way the collar is molded up on the jacket just a little bit. Tucks in nicely underneath the hairline of the head. A long slit to allow the arms to have some movement in there. But I definitely like the way the fabric folds behind the arms. And on the back side of her robe, there's a very nice drape sculpted in there, kind of laying down all these little wrinkles and folds coming in together. I really like the way that looks. And overall, it has a very nice texture to it. You can definitely see the resemblance of what we saw the fabric in the movie. And I think that translated very well to this overcoat. And since it's so soft, it feels pretty delicate. I'm not going to try and take it off because my big hands would definitely rip this thing. So we'll look at the rest of the figure with this on. And through that chest area, nice wrinkling molded in there for fabric representation. As you can see, she's got a little belt molded in there. But otherwise, that wrinkling molding of the fabric just continues on down to the legs, since this is a gown that she's wearing. At the hand area, you have some decent paint detailing in there. A little bit of gold painted in for the bracelet and ring that she's wearing on her right hand. And on the left hand, she's got a little silver, well, I suppose maybe that's the tracker she was wearing. I can't remember. I thought she was holding it. But anyways, I'm guessing that's what we got represented there. And then just to show off the inside of the legs, you do have some sculpting inside there with that gown on the outside. I do like that they do this. It's granted, you're probably never going to see it much, but I suppose if you're a kid playing with the figure, you do. But it's a lot better than just a solid piece of plastic through there. And there's a quick look at the other leg. As you see, decent pant leg sculpting in there, and a little bit of heel boot looks like that she's got on. As far as the articulation goes for the figure, of course, that head does have great range of motion, swiveling all the way around. And you do get just a tiny bit of tilt side to side, nothing much, and really nothing up and down to speak of. The coat does get in the way of that. As for the arm articulation, you're able to get those going almost straight up. Because of that robe she's wearing, it does get in the way a little bit, but it's soft enough to allow the arms to get that high. Obviously, if it wasn't on, you could swing those all the way around. And then at the leg area, of course, you can get both legs going forward, but they don't go back. And that's not because of the coat. It just isn't made that way. And as for the Force Link sounds that she makes,
together, we can defeat the First Order. May the Force be with you. I will do everything I can to help.
And then, of course, sliding that figure forward gets you your blaster sounds and some additional phrases. And then, of course, doing this little sliding motion gets you some additional sounds and phrases.
Send them in. All troops, open fire.
So if those are blaster sounds, that's kind of weird, and definitely a longer one in there as well. So definitely not Carrie Fisher's voice in there. And actually, you know, there's moments in there where she almost sounds like Admiral Holdo instead. And as far as the accessory that she comes with, it is her blaster. Great sculpting to it, really, overall. I mean, you got a little bit of detailing in the handle, along the side of the blaster itself, and then at the end of the barrel. So, I mean, you can definitely tell this is Princess Leia's blaster that we're getting here. No special paint application to it, though. It's just the single, solid, molded piece of plastic that you're seeing. As far as the fit in the hand, it's going to fit better in the left hand. But even then, it's still just kind of barely hanging in there. The hands are just a little too small for even this little blaster. So overall, this really is a good looking figure. I really do like that overcoat that she's got. It's just got a great look to it, really. I will say that I'm a little concerned that over time, if someone, you know, a child who's playing with this, I feel like those little folds sticking out on that coat are going to be the first thing to just kind of wear and get a rip in it, because it's that plastic is just so thin. But the figure does have a pretty good head sculpt to it. For me personally, I just wish the Force Link sound, since they're there, had Carrie Fisher's voice on it instead of whoever the voice actor is. And that wraps up today's review, so I'd love to know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.